All right, good morning, everyone. Again, I don't have the music, so I usually like to kill a little time while everybody comes in. So one thing I do want to talk about as a theme is, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, you say it every day, Tim, but definitely be cautious pre-9:45. And I know you always say this, but I would say let's say this: extra cautious pre-9:45. We've seen a lot of failed follow through early in the day this week. Look at RCAT Monday, DBGI yesterday. Now the reason I make that point is if you didn't rush in early, you stayed safe. And that's a good thing. Defense is a good thing. And then, if you wait around for a DATS or a CEI, which were two of the main ideas we talked about, you were happy. So let's get started. And that being said, I would just say that like AUVI, I'll talk about AUVI, but I guess I just, it feels like a shift. And, it's been a while since, afternoons have been kind of quiet. Many of you, I'll get a DM and you'll be like, what happened to all the VWAP holds? Well, it's been quieter. So I think, now 2 days, I'm not saying 2 days is like an extreme market shift, but the last couple days definitely feel different when it comes to the, again, that follow through early. All right. That being said, let's get started. My number ones, guess what? DATS, red to green. DATS was beautiful yesterday afternoon. DATS is in full squeeze mode, full breakout mode. I'll take my shot. This is, and again, when we talk about what do you look for on a red to green, it is this. I mean, and that doesn't mean it's guaranteed to work, but setup wise, okay, Tim, what is that weak open red to green? It's a story stock, breaking out on the 50, closing at the high of the day, closing at 52s. This did all of that yesterday. Big red to green yesterday. We know it's full of shorts because it's a 13 million floater. And until this ends, until there's a momentum shift, there's no shift yet. It's a red to green every day because just like CEI, people keep trying to guess the tops and go, and just to recap CEI yesterday. If you avoided it early, you stayed safe. But this is the same thing. It's like, why did CEI go from 3 to 340 in the morning? Guessing tops. Get people trying to guess the tops. Now, I was much more focused on DATS. I don't know. I've gotten, what's the right term? Bored of CEI. It's just the same story, and there's not enough range. Ultimately, I mean, I know it squeezed, 30 cents yesterday, but I don't know. I don't, this thing's very low on my list. Now, if you're trading it, congrats. It's very, very predictable. But in the webinar yesterday with the Steady Trade team, I spent like 15 minutes explaining the thesis behind that. So, and then AUVI. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to ask about that. So this is today's dip and rip. History of running, had some news, good volume, rotated the float, big spike, consolidating at VWAP, probably gets a chat pump, but, and it's the number one Oracle stock, right? Nope, number 2 Oracle stock. Anyway, point is, it checks all the boxes, but go back to my opening statement. Please wait till midday late is what I'm going to say, because this is just like RCAT, it's just like DBGI, and I don't want you getting bagged early. Just wait for confirmation. So, all right, Brian is, what do you think about NCNA? What is NCNA? Oh, NCNA just popped up. Let me take a look at the news. Phase 3 news, cancer. Oh, okay. So we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I always got to give the disclaimer. You guys know I want everybody to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. I follow the lead of my boy Ben Franklin. I want I want everyone to succeed, to be healthy, to be happy, etc. But day traders love cancer. Okay, it moves stocks. Cancer news. What was the float on this guy? A little bit higher float. An ugly downtrending chart. So it is higher float, but it's cancer news, phase 3 news. A little higher float, ugly chart. It's a multi-month breakout over 3. So I think you take your shot at, again, standard dip and rip style. Let this shake out, and then if it breaks the high of the day, midday, late day, I think you got a good shot there. Because then once you're back over that whole dollar, half dollar, and that's a breakout going back to all summer, basically back to June. So you got a lot of baggies that are in the green at that point. So, or afternoon VWAP holds. Again, I think afternoons are where it's at lately. I know nobody wants to wait. I mean, I know all of you are like, oh my, Tim, it's 8:30 a.m. You're telling me I got to wait 4 hours to make a trade? But, hey, want to know why 90% lose? Want to know why 90% fail? Because they can't wait for a good setup. They come in all fired up. I always tell you, Google the story of the two bulls, okay? But, if you can't wait a few hours to trade a good setup, enjoy being part of the 90%, because you're going to join them. Because 4 hours ain't that big of a deal, my friend. You might not want to wait 4 hours. You might not wait 5 hours, but there's millions and millions of failed day traders that couldn't be disciplined and day trading, or disciplined and patient. The history of the stock market is littered with their bodies. DATS, what do you think about new highs, red wine? Yeah, again, red wine, our conversation probably crossed, but at this point, DATS is my number one. Now, I do like AUVI, but DATS, week open, red to green, midday, late day, just like yesterday, is my number one. CJ Kanash says CEI was nuts yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I guess, I think CEI was nuts. See, this is the thing. I think CEI was nuts if you're short. I mean, because you're getting, hosed. Like, to me, I don't know. I'm not blown away by 20-cent moves. Now, I know everybody on Twitter that's bagged short, that's trying to guess the top, is like, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, what are you talking about? I've seen stuff like CEI 500 times since 2016. This thing's not even getting started. I mean, what is it? 50 cents to $3? 50 cents to $3 is like, and that's what blows me away. Is how short of attention span. And that's why I mock these short geniuses all the time. They act like this has never happened. Newsflash, CEI went from 50 cents to $3 7 months ago. Any of you short sellers look at the chart, the 1 year chart? 7 months ago, it went from 80 cents to $3. And they're acting like this has never happened before. And again, 50 cents to $3 in a month? What? We've seen since 2016, I've seen 500 stocks make bigger moves than this. Everybody forgets this stuff. Those that fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And that's what they do. They refuse to learn from history, and they are doomed to repeat it, to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. it's like they intentionally put themselves in some sort of hell on earth because they fail to learn from the past, even though it's all there. It's all there. The chart, I mean, guess what? You've got 20 years of chart history in any platform. You can go back and you can look at these things. I've done 3,000 webinars with Evernote. I mean, look at this. What do I got? 3,178 notes. 2 notes a day for 5. I mean, and that's just the last 5 years. Why do I do that? Because I want to learn from history. Because I don't want to make the same mistakes. I talked about this the other day. Successful trading is so much about not making big mistakes. If you can keep those mistakes small, because you're going to make mistakes. Okay, you're going to screw up. You're going to screw up today. You're going to screw up tomorrow. I'm going to screw up today. I'm going to screw up tomorrow. I'm going to screw up next week. I'm going to screw up next month, next year, next decade. But if you keep those mistakes small, you don't try and guess the top in CEI for 25 straight days as your account goes to zero because you act like it has never happened before. Meanwhile, it happened 6 months ago on the exact same ticker. It's just, and here we go. This has turned into the worst pre-market prep ever. But I will finish on this. I gotta go get my coffee before. Why, Tim? Why do you get so angry about this stuff? Tim, quit drinking so much coffee. Tim, quit, raging all the time. What drives me nuts is the potential. There's unlimited potential, there's unlimited opportunity, but people that are lazy and refuse to study, refuse to learn, refuse to grow and evolve, get better, put in the work every single day, they give this a bad name. That's what drives me nuts. They ruin it for everybody. The lazy people are constantly pissing in our punch bowl, all right? And they ruin it for everybody. So now when you make mistakes, when you're a new trader and you invariably go through a bad stretch, you think it can't be done or you give up because you don't put in the effort because nobody else is. I've never seen anything like the stock market when it comes to accessibility. I mean, I don't care age, sex, color, creed, nationality, hair color, height, weight, I don't care what it is. You can open a brokerage account, you can get a charting platform, and you can start making trades. I don't know anything else that's this accessible. And all it takes is hard work. All it takes is discipline. All it takes is diligence. I don't care if you're 5 years old, 50 years old, or 500 years old like I am. If you're willing to put in the time, the effort, the work, and study history, and actually remember what happened 6 months ago, like that's so hard, you can do it. All right. Worst pre-market prep ever. My mains, DATS, CEI, AUVI, NCNA is interesting. Have a good day.